everybody, it's Topwater Johnny, and in this bass fishing video, we're going to be doing a lure review of 6 very unique topwater lures that I got from an estate sale. So we're going to see if these lures are all that they were cracked up to be in the past, and can they still catch bass in the future. So let's go ahead and check them out right now. Let's go. Whoa, there we go. Yeah! Woo! Holy cow, folks. Topwater Johnny here, man. This is what we came here for. Look at that. Get back here. Look at that right there. That's the kind of beast that we came here for. There we go. Woo! And that one hooked. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here. Want to welcome to the next video here. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the channel. In this video, this is an unboxing, but an unboxing of some used topwater lures that I got from an estate sale. See, I have a friend whose father passed away. He loved to bass fish, and my friend shared with me that his father's love of fishing, he had acquired a lot of lures. And so he called me up and said, I want you to come over, check them out, and take the lures that you actually want, because we're just going to end up giving it all away. So what I did was I went over there to his house, checked him out. I even gave him some money just as a way of saying thank you and I appreciate you thinking about me. So I gave him some money on it as well, but he gave me a box, and I now have a box of lures, a box of used lures, a box of antique lures, and there's really some lures that are really cool in there. So in this review and unboxing of these lures, we're going to look at 6 of these lures here. Some of them you may know and recognize, and others you might not recognize at all. But we're going to do a closer look at these lures, and then later on in other videos, I'll get into more of the antique lures. But for right now, just wanted to do a review of 6 of these lures here, just so you can check them out and see what they're all about. So let's go ahead and do our lure review right now. Okay, everybody, now the first lure up, and I already cleaned these lures up so that they're not looking dusty and old anymore. And I just kind of washed them off and cleaned them up just so they have a cleaner look. And check this one out here. The first one up is the Sammy. So it's Lucky Craft Sammy walking bait right here. This actually is the 4.5 inch one. Weight is 5.5 ounces. I priced this one on Tackle Warehouse to see what the actual value is if I bought it, and it would have been $16.99. As you can see, I added on there a feather treble hook on the back, and I actually added a trapper hook on the front here as well. That's a trapper treble hook right there, and I added that to the front of it here. But this is definitely a great walking bait right here. A Sammy is a great walking bait, a lot of action, a lot of side to side, a lot of movement. So this is definitely a cool lure to now have. So once again, this is the Lucky Craft Sammy walking bait. All right, and the next one up, check this one out, another classic right here. This actually, when you look at this, might think of Rapala when you first look at this lure right here, but this is actually the Bagley Minnow top water bait, jerk bait right here. The price actually for this lure is $5.99, and I actually have 4 of these, so that ends up with a value of $23.99. This is a 5-inch lure. The weight is 3.5 ounces, and it'll actually dive, even though it has a propeller. It has the capacity, they say, to dive down to at least 3 feet. But with this propeller on the back right here, I'm just going to keep it as a top water bait moving across the surface. It does have a bill, as you can see right here. So it does have the capacity to do a little bit of diving, but if you keep the rod tip high and real steady, you'll probably get lots of side-to-side action here. As you can see, I added some treble hooks to it here to freshen it up. But this right here is another great lure right here. And this is the Bagley Minnow Topwater Jerkbait. All right, our next lure up is by Storm. Check this one out here. This is the Storm Chug Bug. This one is 3 1/4 inches in length, 3/8 ounces, according to Tackle Warehouse. The price on this lure is $7.99. It's got a rattle in it here. And I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen the chug bug before, but it's like a popper as well. And I added, like I said, a feather tail to the back of it. Had a strong little, put another hook on the front of it here. So this lure really is ready to go. It's kind of flat on the bottom here, smooth on the bottom, but yet has that nice cup mouth right there. And it's no, like most poppers are usually a lot thicker. This one right here definitely is a lot slimmer in the size of it, and it's made out of wood. So it's got really a light kind of, it's got a wood feel to it, not a plastic, not the things that kind of lures are made of today. Really feels a lot wood here is what you really feel when you're looking at this lure. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen this one before, but this is the Storm Chug Bug right here. All right, our next lure up is get this right here, the Rapala Skitter Pop. This lure right here got a popping mouth in the actual front of it here. The length is 3.5 inches. It weighs about a half ounce, and according to Tackle Warehouse, price on this lure is $10.95 right here. Just want to show that to you right here. And I've never actually fished with a lure like this before. I've seen this lure online before, but never really fished with a lure similar to this. So I'm looking forward to getting this lure out on the water and actually trying it out. It's got, like I said, it's got a cup mouth here. So I know that means that it does spit water here. So it'll definitely spit water. I'm just not sure all the action that's going to happen with this lure right here, but it's in a shad type pattern right here. So definitely fleeing fish that are being chased by bass, this lure should be able to give some action. That's the bottom of it as well. And this is the Rapala Skitter Popper. All right, our next lure up, and there is no relation, but it is, and maybe you guys have seen this before, it is the Charlie Campbell Heddon Zara Frog Spook. So this is definitely a big lure right here. As you can see, if you look a little closer right there, let me see if I can get that in a little bit closer. As you'll see right there, it says Heddon Zara right there. On the other side over here, you look a little bit closer, it says Charlie Campbell right on there as well. No relation, but I looked him up. He is truly a legend in the bass fishing world here. And this particular lure right here definitely is over 5 inches long. It's got a big hooks on it here as well. I priced it online. This lure actually is currently priced at $29.95. And I actually got 2 of these lures here. So that's a really great value right here. I imagine the bass that are hitting this are really big bass. This also might be used for muskie, pike, much bigger fish might be hitting this as well here. As you can see the design right here, there's actually, let me get closer here, there's actually screws in here that actually screw this in here. And so when I change out the hooks, I'm going to be able to make the necessary adjustments and really fish this lure here. A lot of these lures that are kind of older in nature are kind of welded into the lure itself based on the time and the era of these lures. So some of them are a little bit more difficult for me to work with, but I'm going to try to work with those as well. But this lure right here, definitely a big boy lure right here, everybody. Not sure if you've seen it before, not sure if you've ever fished it before, but it's truly a classic right here. The Heddon Spook Zara Frog, created by Charlie Campbell. All right. Okay, everybody, and the last lure, and this is the one I need your help on. I could not find this lure online. I kept searching and searching, and maybe somebody out there in our community knows about it. But look at this beautiful frog right here. This is a frog lure. Look at that, the size of it here. Notice how the hook is sitting right there. So the legs are like this in the water. When it kicks, the bass hits it, and the frog hook is right there built into this actual lure. I actually have a black one and actually have a green one. So it's actually a popping frog, as you can see. You can see it's a popper, but it's got it's like a hook. And here's what they've done. This hook goes all the way through to the front, so it's really strong and really will hold the fish here. I know personally that this lure will catch bass. I mean, it's built and designed in just an excellent way. I haven't seen a frog like this ever in the marketplace. And I look at a lot of different topwater lures, as you guys know. Never seen one before. I went to Google Images. I have been trying to find this lure. I'm not sure who made it, who designed it, or where it comes from. And I would love for someone in the community to tell me if they know anything about this lure right here, because this frog lure I know is going to catch some bass. I just know it will. It's built to catch bass, and it's a true classic. Matter of fact, I'm not sure why people went away from this kind of design right here. This is a great design for a frog lure. So I wanted to show you guys, this is the last one here in the collection, and I wanted to show you all of these lures once again here so that you could see them in action here. So like I said before, great frog lure right here, a lot of action on it, and this one's going to be fun to fish because I'm definitely going to fish this lure and see what happens. So once again, I don't know the name of it, but it's a frog topwater popping lure, or a popping frog topwater lure. All right. Okay, everybody. Now I know that I've already showed you 6 lures, but I have to show you 2 more here that are definitely interesting lures here that I wanted to show you as well, because I'm not sure when I'll get another chance to show them to you up close like this until I clean them up and get them ready to go. But this right here, another double propped topwater lure. It's called the Wood Chopper Ozark Moonshine Special. And this lure went on eBay to find this lure. It is $13.99 being sold on eBay. So I just wanted to show you guys this lure right here. Definitely got the props in the front. Looks just like maybe a devil's horse. Looks similar to that. Got a Rapala look to it as well. And I just wanted to show you guys this lure right here. I still have to, as you can see, I still got to clean up the hooks, remove the hooks, and reset this thing again here. But it has a great look to it, and I'm sure that it still will be effective on the water. Another lure that I did clean up, but it's kind of beat up, but I did clean it up. And this, check this one out here. This is what's called the Vintage Bomber Lure Rip Shad. It's got a propeller in the back here. Even says Bomber on the actual fin itself. It's got words written on there as well. And this lure definitely has been beaten up. I actually added a feather tail to it here because I'm going to fish this lure just to see what it actually does. I'm not able to remove, as you can see, not able to remove the tail here at the moment because I don't want to actually damage the lure at this moment here. So I'm not able to remove that yet, but I will eventually. But I was able to put a split ring on here, a little hook right here, 8-pound braid, and I'm just going to play with it and just see what it does. But like I said before, this is the Rip Shad Vintage Bomber Lure. Price is $19.99 on eBay. So that's how much people really are paying for this. This mine is, as you can see, is rather beat up, but that's a sign that this was catching fish. So I'm going to play with it, and I'm going to see what it actually does. So I wanted to show you those 2 more of those lures that I actually acquired. So at this point, we'll go ahead and just kind of wrap things up with my final thoughts. All right. Okay, and here's our quick review here. First one up over here is the Sammy Craft Walking Bait right here. The next one up is the Bagley here Minnow Topwater Jerkbait. The next one up is the Storm Chug Bug. The next one up is the Skitter Poppin' Lure. The next one up here is the Charlie Campbell Hidden Zara Frog Spook. This is that mysterious frog right here. The next one up on our list is the Vintage Bomber Lure Rip Shad. And the final one that I talked about was the Wood Chopper Ozark Moonshine Special. So these are our topwater lures that we reviewed. All right. Hey everybody, Topwater Johnny here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that review and that closer look there of those lures that are topwater lures that were used. And I'm just so excited to have these lures. And I've cleaned them up because I plan to fish with them, because each one of these lures has a place in my tackle box. And I want to fish them, and I want to see how they react and how they move, so that I can share that insight with you guys as well here. Also, by now, by the time this video comes out, everyone that has won a prize package should start to receive those packages in the mail. Just to let you know, I mailed everything out at the beginning of the week here on Monday. So I'm not sure where you are in the country, but your prize pack should be showing up either today when you're watching this video, or Friday or Saturday. But it should show up, because everybody's stuff, all winners, everybody's stuff was mailed out, just so that you guys know. Now, also, in keeping with lures, I've definitely got in some really, really nice lures. I think one of the best topwater packages ever. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you all the newest and coolest topwater lures that I recently got in. And I want to share those with you in a future video as well. And I might end up dropping some extra videos throughout the next couple of weeks here, because I got so much to share, and I just want to share it with you guys and just let you know what I'm doing and the things that I'm doing, so that you can be a part of the journey. So that's really all that I have for this video here. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got some antique lures from that estate sale as well. So I'm going to do some showing of those antique lures in the future as well, because some of them, I'm not sure what the name of it is, and I'm still doing research on it. And you guys can really help me if you've ever seen this lure before, or someone you know has ever had this lure. A lot of these antique lures probably have a really great amount of value to them, and I just don't know, so I'm doing my research on them right now. But once again, I'm looking forward to sharing with you some antique lures. I'm looking forward to sharing with you some really new and cool lures, and they're all top water, which makes it awesome as well. And even I've got a couple of swim baits that I'm going to share with you as well, that I also received, that I think are pretty cool as well. And as I said before, as we move through the month here, August is a hot month, so the fishing has been a little bit tough for me, meaning I'm trying to get some bigger fish, but it doesn't seem like the bigger ones are biting at the moment. But the fall is coming, so I'm hopeful that in the fall I will have a better shot at some bigger bass, so that you can really see these lures in action and how they handle big fish. So that's something that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys as well. But for right now, please leave a comment below. Please let me know your thoughts about these lures that you've looked at. I gave you the price on all of these lures because they're still being sold in the marketplace. So for me to have these lures and to have been able to acquire them for next to nothing, it's huge. So I really do appreciate them, the family, allowing me to acquire these lures, but also allowing me to acquire them so I can share them with you guys and get your thoughts. So once again, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to the channel. And I want you to always remember that phrase. Keep your line tight, because when they hit those topwater lures, and especially these kind of lures that I showed you today, it's going to be a big bite. I'll see you in the next video.